23 board meeting. We'll begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do have registration. Anyone who would like to address the board on any of the actionable items on the agenda, fill out a form and return it to the board table before we get to that portion of the meeting. All board members were provided background information to the various items on the agenda in preparation for this meeting. Our meeting is being live streamed. We do have regular public comments forms for anyone who would like to address the board at the conclusion of the meeting. Again, fill out a form and return it to the board table. For the record, we do have Trustee Wilkie is not present this evening, and Trustee Dr. Finley is joining us virtually. So according to the state statute and our bylaws, we will be able to conduct business this evening. So the first thing we'll start with, student staff presentations. We do not have any. Are there any adjustments to the agenda from the board? No. Okay. We have our superintendent's consent agenda, which has our personnel report from April the 24th, our donation report, claims report, and facility use request report. Do we have a motion to approve the superintendent's consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
We have the motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Trustee Finley?
Yes. Trustee Vasquez?
Yes.
Trustee Maleta?
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to the board's consent agenda, which includes the minutes of our April 10th, 2023 discussion meeting. Do you have a motion to approve the board's consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
We have the motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Trustee Vasquez?
Yes.
Trustee Maleta?
Yes.
Trustee Finley, yes.
Next, we have our board development and committee reports. Do we have any committee reports?
I do. I have one from the Portage Township Food Pantry. The meeting was held on April the 18th. However, I was not in attendance due to the strategic planning committee meeting that I attended. However, I do have a couple of reports that they emailed us. So during the month of March, there were 372 individuals who were served, 59 new clients. Last month, there were 44 new clients, so that's 15 more. So we do see an increase in the amount of new clients and in individuals that were served. The monetary donations were $5,056. The residents, and those monetary donations came from residents, churches, organizations. And there were 13,499 pounds of items donated also by businesses and churches, including the Portage High School Food Services Service Department, which donated over 3,000 pounds of food items. And that's my report.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other reports?
Absolutely. I just wanted to share with everyone that there are two key bill activity that were happened last week, which was week 15. Senate Bill 167 was signed by the governor, and that is the FAFSA law, which states that we now have to, the bill requires senior students to complete the pre-application for federal student aid by April 15th, unless the parent or guardian submits a signed waiver declining to participate, or if the principal or school counselor waives the requirement for a group of students due to a principal or counselor being unable to reach the parent after making 2 attempts. This law is set to expire in 10 years, so this is in effect until 2033. So I'm pretty sure Dr. Alanez and the rest of the team is 177, and that is the school board candidate filing deadline, which is now changed. It was signed by the governor on April 20th as well, and this bill changes the filing period for school board candidates. The new filing period will begin 14 days after the primary election and end at noon 30 days from that date. So there are some things that we're gonna have to think about, and I don't know if we need to make any modifications with our policy to support, that law that's now been signed. So I just wanted to lift that up, so that we're aware, and they're still trying to figure out our wonderful, wonderful budget. So hopefully by the next school board meeting, that'll be done. As a matter of fact, it has to be April, well, they could always do something. So the April 29th, the session should be open.
Great, thank you. I have a question, Dr. Finley, on the FAFSA law, and I know it's all still new. Is the state going to provide some means of communication on who's filed and who hasn't? Or are they going to leave that up to the districts to figure that out?
If I had to guess, and Dr. Ellen has a smile that she doesn't know, I can see her face a little bit here. I'm pretty sure they have put this into place and not thinking about how the wheel is going to get oiled in this process. So I'm hoping that somewhere on this journey that the Indiana Association for Public School Superintendents, that they're included on what this should look like. So no details, just signed into law.
Okay, thank you. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I think it's a good thing,
It is.
I think so.
you know, because people will maybe think they can't afford college. We'll find out maybe they can. It'll be helpful, but just that trying to figure out how to tell who did and who didn't, when it's kind of personal information that is part of the FAFSA, so. Okay, there are no other committee reports. We'll move on to old business. We have our second reading and approval of the Neola policies. At our last meeting, we had our first reading. This will be our second reading and will require approval. So do we have a motion to approve the Neola policies?
I make a motion to approve the policies.
I'll second.
We have the motion and a second. Any discussion or questions?
I just have some information about the policies that I'm not going to discuss all of them. I just wanted to highlight a few. Some of the one that's 4121, it's a personal background checks on all applicants, including support staff. So this is just to let the community know that there are background checks for anyone that is working directly with students, also for volunteers. So if we have anyone that's interested to come into the schools and help with our students and they have direct contact with them, there also needs to be a criminal history check. Also, individuals who serve as contractors and subcontractors that come into our buildings need to have a criminal history record check. Another one is 8400, policy 8400, and that's about school safety. All districts are to establish, our district has established a safe school committee. And the policy also is for about school visitors. So you can see all these policies if you want additional information on our website.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
As always, we know it's a lot of work goes into reviewing and updating the policy, so thank you for your commitment and effort on that.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, call roll, please.
Trustee Maleta?
Yes.
Trustee Finley? Yes. Trustee Vasquez?
Yes.
Next, we'll move on to our new business. We have the approval for contracts for the athletics, final forms, IT Power School enrollment analytics, Power School document deliver management, e-collect, PD plus.
So Final Forms is a software license used for our athletics extracurricular accounts for the period of April 30th of 23 to April 30th of 24 with no cost per rostered athlete for 1 year. Power School Enrollment Analytics is the software subscription that will be a powerful tool to analyze our past enrollment data, demographic information, and other data points to identify trends and patterns. This is a recommendation of a 36-month agreement totaling $15,960. Again, this is one of those situations where having a one-year contract and having all of our student information not there for a rolling time period when we know that this is a contract that we value significantly, the work that is housed in there. That's why that request is for 3 years. And then the Power School eCollect Digital Document Suite. This is software that allows us to keep and retain digital documents for multiple uses across the district. It will also allow us to better serve our students by being able to house their historic test scores along with other growth information. It will allow a more rapid response for parents when necessary information is needed. And also then looking at the Power School professional development, allowing our PTS staff to further unlock the potential of service reports and functions to the roles they serve in the district in regards to their expectations for carrying out Power School responsibilities. This is also a recommendation of a 36-month agreement, May 1st of 23 through April 30th of 26, in the amount of $51,652.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the contracts for athletics, final forms, IT Power School enrollment, analytics, Power School document deliver, management, and eCollect PD+?
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
We have the motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Trustee Bentley, yes. Trustee Vasquez.
Yes?
Trustee Maleta.
Yes. Okay, next up, we have our superintendent reports. Dr. Alnez.
So April 20th was our last mobile market. I have a significant amount of appreciation for our junior ROTC students, as well as Melissa Devers and Dawn Kelly, who are there faithfully no matter the weather conditions. And of course, we have some extra assistance from the food bank. And it's just a great program. When you drive past the high school on those evenings, families are lined up long before even school is out. So it's a great program, and our families appreciate it as well. Just to share with you, Congressman Mervan reached out regarding an upcoming opportunity for school violence prevention program grants that are specific to evidence-based safety programs. So there is a webinar April 25th to see kind of more information about this. I know Linda signed up on our behalf to attend that webinar so that we can gain some more information. And Congressman Mervan said whatever he can do to help school districts, whether it be letters of support or whatever. But I just wanted to make you aware that we are looking into that. Our final strategic planning meeting is set for May 11th at 4:30. Again, the doors will open for any light food, and then 5 o'clock we will get started immediately. There is going to be a follow-up survey going out tomorrow just to those who have participated, whether they've been able to attend one time or all 3 times, just getting some feedback from them so that we can kind of make certain in this last session that we have taken into account anything that they would like us to get to or some considerations that we might need. And then I will follow up with President Maleta, and he and I are likely to have another virtual session with Steve Horton. He's done that kind of ongoing throughout this process in various ways. Our elementary teachers have given us phenomenal feedback. I want to thank Matt Melton, Nate Thompson, and the entire IT team for their New Line presentation and follow-up professional development. We've received so much quality feedback. Just Friday alone, I was at Chrisman and watching how it was being utilized by the school advisor, Mrs. Felton, in Mrs. Yokovich's class, and she just said not only are the boards beautiful, Ms. Yokovich, but not having to dim the lights, being able to do so many different things on these boards is just really great, and they are constantly asking for more training and further training and a deeper dive, and we kind of just told them at this point, if you only use it for a document camera between now and the end of the year, that was fine, and they've really wanted to dig into it, so it's a good thing. We're currently in the process of returning student registration. I had again emailed IT and also Melissa Devers. The process is so seamless. It's really a great opportunity for our families to get that accomplished, myself included, who normally struggles to get the registration done, it seems like. I want to wish best of luck to our Portabots as they are competing at Worlds this week. As you know, there are many award ceremonies and concerts and various things that are underway and will only speed up as we get into May. Mark your calendars, May 12th at 7 p.m. Door A is the STEPA's first annual showcase. Entry is $5 for anyone who would like to attend, and it is it is a partnership with the STEPA's, the community, and Portage Township Schools. There will be some different guest appearances from other organizations in our region. The community survey closed. This is to inform our strategic plan. It closed on Friday. Linda did send Dr. Stevens and I the initial results today. I've not yet opened them, but we will be sharing those prior to the upcoming strategic planning meeting. I had mentioned to Steve maybe doing like a 3-minute snippet video if people want to watch it in advance instead of us taking time there to do it. And then just a reminder to the board that May 8th, we do have a work session scheduled for after the regular meeting where Jody Newby is going to be sharing some insights with us as she has, she's coming up here on finishing her master's degree. And this is her final project. And she had asked if she could have an audience of maybe administrators. And I thought, because it's about, engagement, retention, recruitment, all of those various things, I thought maybe the board would be a good opportunity to have an audience and hear from one of our very own teachers what she's hearing from her colleagues and the results of her survey.
And she just published the book.
And she just published
Yep.
a book.
Yep. So she's been busy. So that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Dr. Alanes in regards to that report? Comments? Go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know that I did have the opportunity to attend the high school production 9 to 5 this past weekend. It was evident as the students and the staff put countless of hours in rehearsal time. The cast, I believe there were about 18, demonstrated their talents in acting, dancing, singing, and the crew consisted of stage managers, marketing, the set design, sound, props, and the directors and producers. They all did a phenomenal job. So there were 15 music selections. I mean, that's what I counted, and they were just really on top of everything. I mean, it was from one song to the next, and I was just really proud of them, of all that hard work. You could tell that the audience truly enjoyed watching their children, their grandchildren, their friends, their classmates. They were so enthusiastic. Their skills and that high energy that they portrayed, the working, but the message was so important too. And it was that the working women wanted and demanded a woman's right for equal pay and the skills that they had. So the message was good. The atmosphere was high energy, and I just really am proud of everyone that participated.
It was great too, because this is the first year, at least that I know of, that each of the students, because there were over 65 students between behind the scenes and on the stage and in the pit for the orchestra pit, and each student was given one ticket to give to an educator. And the number of educators that came through there across the district Friday and Saturday evening and then brought their spouses or their children or both, it was also great. It was a great turnout, and it helped those educators, bus drivers, various individuals in different roles feel really valued and part of, what they know these kids have been preparing for. So it was a special, definitely a special weekend.
How long did it take for them from beginning to end?
They take about 7 weeks, 8 weeks.
They were great.
It's awesome. Okay, any items not on the agenda the board would like to bring up?
Yes, I would like to remind the board that May 4th, which is next week Thursday, is the Region 1 School Board meeting at Tebow's. Dinner starts at 4 o'clock. And I also want to personally congratulate
Thank you.
Providing mentorship and been actively engaged in the group, so wanted to definitely say congratulations to you and the work that you've done, with this group.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I didn't see any public comment forms, did you?
No.
No public comments, okay. Just as a reminder, we do have a board opening. The Friday this week is the last day to apply for that. Information can be found on the Portage Township School website. Anyone who lives in District 1 who is interested in serving on the board.
Is that right? So we're starting the interviews at 4?
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Yep. So again, just, go to the website, you can find out the information and return your application and your letter of intent to Attorney Elwood's office. And with that, I think there's no other business. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you.